Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Get that out of there.
All right. Listen, the visual was up a little too soon here, but hey, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time of day it is. Good morning, I also should say to you. Um, yeah, but welcome to another live recap and review of the Traitors season 3. Baby, I was very pleased with this episode. I couldn't believe who clocked in. I was not surprised at who was clocked out, and so forth and so on. The way that this next episode is framed to go, I just don't know what's going to happen anymore. And that's why I'm happy. At first, I was like, okay, I see where this is going. We totally got the idea here. It's going to be, oh, Rob's going to basically push his way through this. He's going to manipulate the crowd. That's where I thought this was going to go. I assumed Danielle would have gone home this week, to be honest with you, but she's decided to actually play a good game. I mean, she might be playing the best game right now, believe it or not. It may be chaotic and messy, but she's still here. Hiya. And Carolyn also, again, playing the whole, I have no idea what's going on. Let me tell you something. I had to look up a Survivor compilation today on Carolyn. I had to, because I said, you know what? I am not giving her enough dues the way I need to. And sure enough, that compilation on YouTube, I was like, oh, okay. She knows exactly what she's doing here. So I was hyped for it, but I was proud of the faithfuls that were at the table. Not everybody, because I'm going to drag Sierra appropriately, as well as Dolores, What Is Wrong With You, and a few other people. Dylan showed me exactly how much of a see you next, the rest of it he is. Because I was like, girl, did you really? I just can't vote for my friend. Are you for real? Is this happening? I thought to myself, wow, this person went home because of burn votes. They were so afraid of him, and they were so afraid to make the wrong decision, even though all the evidence pointed to it and you had no problem doing anybody else. I thought that was wild watching this on my television screen. So we are going to get through this episode today and break it down with you. And again, I want to thank you for choosing to be with me to listen to this long-winded conversation about one of my favorite shows on television. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I do appreciate you for being here again today. As a reminder, and I do need to go ahead and post this up, it's my little disclaimer. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by MattyRants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not affect the opinions of every human on the planet. New hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned in this program, so don't be rude and grab a libations and strap in. I'm a little bit of a talker. You may be here for a while, a little more than an hour. Don't post any spoilers in the chat, please and thank you. And if you feel uncomfortable viewing this program, consume some activity and have yourself a good hoot. I do have a lot of links that you can go ahead and click on, but we'll talk about those after the video. And yes, I did post my reaction to Patreon. Every now and then there's always an issue with Patreon, the links with the embedded links. So I did post it, but you're going to have to click on the actual Patreon post and it'll take you to the link itself and then you can watch it. But that is for paid members only, starting at $1 a month. So we'll do all of that. If you want to drop a little tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. Ranch, what? Matty-Ranch? MattyRants. Another variant for the multiverse. No, it's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, Venmo MattyRants. Anything and everything super appreciated, but not necessary for your participation today. But what is necessary is if you hit that thumbs up button and of course leave a comment talking about this episode in the comments. Thank you so very much. Not that many in here today to start this off with. Hopefully, we get a little bit more coming through. I know it has been a trying time out in the actual universe that is life right now. So I hope everyone is still holding on strong, even through all of the crazy things that have been happening here. I guess before we start this up, I can do a little off topic conversation for at least 2 minutes while we get other people up in here. No, I have not watched Kelly Mantle's podcast. Didn't know she had one. What else was what I didn't need to talk about? I saw the Jurassic Park trailer. I have hope, even with ScarJo of many colors and races, Scarlett Johansson. I was like, oh, this looks good. Very excited for it. Fantastic Four. I gave my thoughts on that a little bit, in another video, but I, saw one of my friends. I think he's taking it a little hard. I'm like, don't take this personal just because we don't see it for that man. It's not has nothing to do with the race, baby. It has everything to do with just Reed Richards. It's just it doesn't sit. But hey, I'm still going to be seated, and hopefully, I don't get The Last of Us Part 3, Fantastic Four. Actually, I should say Part 4. Yes, but other than that, why would I listen to it? But listen, let me think here. A lot of y'all know I actually took the last 2 days off. I was already off Wednesday, but I normally do a rant report on Thursday. But I got some horrible news. One of my good friends had passed away the other day. And so I just wanted to take a step back from social media because as much as sometimes it can be fun to be on here and other places, there's also a lot of negativity and nastiness. And I just really didn't want to have any of that energy on me the other day. So I appreciate everybody that sent well wishes, but it's just, y'all know, it was Viv, my uncle, and then now my good friend that I knew out here in Houston. I'm just like, this is a lot. So my 2025 is starting off on a really weird, emotional, like good things are happening, but also bad stuff around me too. So I'm just trying to remain positive and also make sure I don't bring all of that here to you and, just blow up and explode like that. But, regardless all of that, thank you for your well wishes and I appreciate your support. Let's go ahead and get into the episode itself. I'm ready to discuss and talk about this one because forgive me for how I'm about to do this. Because I am this again. Normally, I'm like 2 hours of a talker and sort of like a long-winded conversation, maybe an hour today, because I can just really run this down to be very fair. Because let's clock in. This man has been called out so many times. If he wasn't eliminated this week, give him the game. At this point in time. Better yet, you might just want to be faithfuls who know he's a traitor, and you just might want to just keep him around to the end so you can say he's a traitor, and then just you win at this point, because there is no way on God's green earth that there was any evidence stacked up against Brittany of all people. What evidence? Because she got into a tiff with Derek before he left. Give me a break. That sounds like you, Boston Rob, who he clearly came for you at the Roundtable. And what's really funny is once this elimination did happen, it's the whole, well, when Bob the drag queen or Bob the drag, because, people don't know how to say names before, going on in there. But like, it's like you all knew. You knew from when that happened that Boston Rob was a traitor. You just didn't want to go there because you were scared to go up against this man because you were afraid he was going to do the mirror reverse turn and you were going to be out because you don't know how to argue. It was embarrassing to watch. And then the burn votes, oh my goodness. That man went home on burn votes. Gag. The traitors clocked in and worked and got against him, which is what we needed to have happened. And burn votes, because the people he was talking to the most to back him up on get this out, they couldn't even take the argument anymore. They couldn't even do it. I thought this was wild to watch go down, but I also said to myself, you could have been done this. You could have did this last week. You could have actually got Boston Rob out last week, still could have kept Derek, and the faithfuls would have been really up Truthfully, honestly, it would have been a completely different game going forward, but that's not what happened. But you want to know what Boston Rob's biggest mistake was? Taking out Derek. You did it too many times. You did it too many times. There's already some tension between Danielle and Carolyn. Okay. And as much as you're like, we need to work together, every time there's a decision made, Rob, it's about you and not them. Like, you're the only one in danger. Meanwhile, Danielle's running around here looking like batshit Cocoa Puffs noodles badoodles. Okay. Carolyn looks like one brain cell has left the building, but the other ones are trying to come together to figure out when anxiety is going to take over the fucking console, if you will, inside out. I'm over here going, okay, Matt, I know I'm watching from the outside and I'm not in there, so it's a different story. But baby, I would have been clocked in. The amount of times y'all have called this man out and no one's running, whatever. But yes, Rob, as much as you were like, okay, they're going to work together, even though they just went at each other after they just shook their hands the previous time they were in the turret. Okay, that they're not going to go against each other. Your main focus is always getting out somebody who came for you. And then when we get to the table, oh my God, are you a bad traitor? Because I would have clocked you. Let's just get to the next day when they find out that Derek was murdered in the middle of the night. Brittany is my spirit animal this week. She put that hair, come on, Matt. She put that headband on and it was up. I think that was her hidden power, was this headband. I'm sure of it, because for me, I would have also not had anything to say to Ivor because he is boring and I don't know why he's on the show. He's basically Sam, but not attractive. I'll keep it. And it's just, okay. Ivor could have easily been taken out, but again, he's not doing anything right now. He's very much one of the lambs running around voting with the group. So keep him or whatever, but I'm just tired of seeing the dude. I cannot believe I'm saying this, and I cannot believe I'm having this conversation with y'all. Dylan and Boston Rob come in and they realize Derek is gone. When I tell you the immediate, oh, it's Rob. Like, that would have been me. It's Rob. Then Boston Rob at the table while Danielle's crying and, Sierra's like, oh, this is too much. But it's like Danielle and Derek know each other from Big Brother and have worked together. Why? That is actually plausible that they would be upset right now. That's plausible in this situation that they would have some sort of emotion to the problem, that to their boy going home. That was a number for them. So to me, it feels like Sierra is hyper focused on the wrong thing. Let's see here. Hold on a second. But yeah, I just was like, okay, Derek is out. Poor Derek. I was just starting to like I was starting to like a little pig. I did, I don't eat pork, y'all. 7-day events, but like I was just about to I was about to try the bacon. I was. Poor Derek. He was 2 on the money though. So Boston Rob had to get rid of him, but in reality, Derek's murder was honestly the biggest hole left in Boston Rob's case against anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally have taken out every single person and the murder who talked about you. Period. Okay. You came for Wes when Wes mentioned your name. You got him out that way. Then you get Derek too. Mind you, Wes and Derek were working together. That's way too back to back. Bob came for you. Boom, had to get Bob out. Bob called your game out. Everyone heard it but didn't want to believe it. It's too the evidence is surmounting. It's too much. It's all the way up here. It's like, okay, babe, what are you gonna do? But you at the table, I thought this was wild. This was wild to me, everybody. I'm sorry. So this is Rob's logic right now, after he's the person to say that Danielle talks too much. Somebody's trying to frame me here. Somebody's trying to frame you? Oh, that's you. Because that's kind of been your argument the entire time. And to be very fair, like, it's funny because Brittany calls it out, but he does the same argument every single time. The building up a case against him, using somebody as a shield of this is my witness per se. I do have people who I'm thinking of to give a lot of names, but to then say one person is the problem. And that's you. And because they said that one person's name, the other three people who were in that same group, I don't want him thinking about me tomorrow. I'm going to get the person out that he just called out because he gave such a great argument. He does it every single time. He gives a shield for himself, names for the base of where the traitor should be, the one in that group. So the rest of the group can turn against them. And then that's where it goes. It happened to Nikki. It happened to get real, everybody. So how are you not clocking in? The fact that Tom Sandoval actually checked in, I think for me, this is where I'm going to have to give Tom some credit. Because if you remember, Tom has been looking at the board consistently each and every day. And he stares at it because, it may be a seeing eye puzzle for him, God forbid. But I think he started to clock in by realizing that Derek's argument when he heard it the first time, after he shut down the whole Dolores bit, and you saw what happened at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, he saw Derek go out. And was like, huh. And he remembers Wes talking about it. Huh. Mind you, Tom voted for Rob last week. And so he's still thinking of that name. And then Rob makes the move that he makes, then makes this whole someone's trying to frame me. And for Tom, who, again, it's like, wouldn't it just be so easy? Like obviously, wouldn't it be so easy if he just did that? All of this comes back to Bob the drag queen. It started from there. And he remembered. And it's like, everything actually, that does make sense. It's really wild how some of the other players did not step into the same room as Tom at this point in time, but they do say that a broken clock is right twice in the day. And we just so happen to be at the right time of the year for Tom Sandoval, if you will. And I do want to give Tom this. It does feel like he was looking for respect in the house and that people didn't take him seriously and he felt like a fool. So for today's episode, I saw the glimmer of I'm not an idiot. I know what's going on. Now, when you did celebrate later, boy, it was very much I did that by myself. And I was like, actually, Brittany was the one that closed that case. And then high key, let's talk about it. Even Britney Spears' ex did some work at the table. And I think maybe Britney's headband helped him with that to have the hair back. But even Sam spoke 7 words. And it was very clear, like, you're going to have to explain yourself because it's like, what do you want us to do? We're talking about Britney now, but like everything points to you, my friend. I love this shit. I did. I was here for it. Tom, I was proud of you. I know you're still dumb, but I when I say I was like, okay. And I think Tom also saw some things happening in the castle, and I got the screen grab. We're going to run it through. But I was like, oh, he's starting to really, okay, too coincidental. Too many moments of, okay, he's here. Okay. And in this time, and I think to be honest, Tom, I think Wes and Derek, maybe not being there, not necessarily, but you were not received as seriously until a lot of the other serious guys have been removed from the competition. Everybody that's left, no shade, is soft hands. Soft hands, everybody that's left is soft hands. Am I lying? Ivor, soft hands. Sam, soft hands. Dylan, oh, baby soft hands, bitch. The only one who's got a little gruff on them is Boston Rob. Am I lying? So like Tom in his Mask for Mass Tees is able to clock in a little bit harder here because the other girls are giving a little too fem. And all that Bentris in it, I'm being silly. Don't take me seriously. Don't take me serious. But it's the truth. Like they were mesmerized by Boston Rob, and Tom was not taken by all that glitz and glam, and he's the best I'd ever did. Oh, no. He said, no, something, we're walking away from this. We're letting him walk away with this. And Tom knows he probably would have been murdered next. Dead ass. And okay, sorry. I had my whole little bit right here. I had to, because I was just, when I say I was looking at him like, okay, Thomas, you better get in here. Listen, we got 50 something plus people in this live right now. We're talking about the Traitors season 3. I'm breaking down episode 7 for you. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. If you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. It's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $Matty-Rants, and Venmo MattyRants. If you haven't noticed, I have a new little thing here. I actually didn't buy this. I got this for, I think, either a birthday or a Christmas ago. And I was supposed to get a microphone, and I never got a microphone because I always use these. And I was like, well, what's the purpose of having this? But now that I have a new microphone, new camera, and all that kind of jazz, I was like, oh my God, I can use the bendy arm. So now I don't have to have my microphone on the desk. So if I hit the desk, it's not extremely loud like it is for somebody on the panel. 2 people in particular. They be like, and I'm like, how am I supposed to tell my babies? How am I supposed to tell my friends that, girl, y'all be hitting your hands dead ass hard on the table during the panel sessions? And everyone's like, what's that noise? It's them moving stuff on the table. Just mute your mic real quick. We ain't got to hear it. I love them down, but that's just me being my Virgo rising, my perfectionist self. It drives me nuts, but I love them so much. And that's when you see my frustration is really out of love. I had somebody make a comment like, with friends like Maddie who needs enemies. And, maybe. But no, I could be harsh on my friends sometimes. I accept that, but that's me. I'm not a coddler of a friend. I'm gonna give it to you straight, and I'm also gonna give you love too. But if you need it straight, it's gonna be a shot right through the heart. Let me tell you. That's why I don't have no kids, because baby, they gonna get the truth. Vibe UK 2003. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dylan is the biggest dumb player. Him and Dolores actually add Chriselle to that list, if you will. Add Chriselle to that list. Don't you forget Chriselle Young. Don't you forget it. Not Chriselle Young. Selling sunset, selling stupidity. No, I'm not going to do that to these people. They are in a competition show. They're moved from a hotel to a house they don't get to stay in, and possibly get a little asbestos in their throats and hot chew. Bless you in the hospital. Death, not really. But, they have to see a gay man dressed in different suits they can't afford each and every week step up in there and give them all kinds of, what did that man say? Is he Irish or British? And continue on through a competition where they're possibly going to get some money and then be, removed from the competition by Danielle and Carolyn, of all people. That's why they're gagged when they see who is the traitors, because they're looking stupid. Boston Rob gave himself away, in my opinion, at this table. And so I was like, everyone needs to clock in. Now, Sierra, she deserves a supreme dragging. It's time to get rid of her. I was so mad that she had a shield. I'm not even lying, bro. I was like, oh, why does she have a shield? Please get her off the TV. She adds nothing to these rounds. Like, at first with the whole Derek thing, I was here on my girl's side. It was like, bet, like, what are you talking about? I'm a nurse. Like, get on out of here. This week, technically, the Danielle thoughts are true, because Danielle is a traitor, right? It's the basis of it with the emotional bit that I'm like, come on now. Now, if she's just doing too much, that's fine. But Danielle and Derek knew each other. So yeah, she's going to be emotional. That was her boy. That was a number, like, to keep her safe. And also, like, someone that's going to talk up for you in these situations when you feel like you're all alone. Like, what do you mean? Some of this is giving Mean Girls for me when it comes to, like, the Chriselle, Sierra, Gabby. I'm not saying Carolyn's one. She just wanted to be up in the mix here to get the, traitor tease, right? But I don't want to put Gabby too much into it. I just get more of that vibe from Sierra right now. And Chriselle just gives me blissfully ignorant, blissfully just, I want to believe in the best. And Dolores, you would think Dolores is like a mob wife, like with like half the stuff, like mob wife. Why am I saying mob wife? Like she's multiple. Mob wife. Like, especially when we get to that like coffin scene, like, I'm coming for you. You're really not, because you came for Tom, stupid. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about, Dolor? Dolor. I'm coming for a traitor. No, you're coming for Tom Sandoval because Tom came for you and you're still holding some stupid grudge because you don't want to vote against Rob for some odd reason. Like, what did y'all vote together? Like, what's happening? Anywho, moving on from this. This is what needed to be done right here, ladies and gentlemen. Brittany and Danielle needed to clock in together as Big Brother alumni, and this was the episode, and I liked it a lot. This I think was my favorite episode, not because of the result, but also you could see some new things happening, and people who I did not have that much respect for, Tom, pulling their weight for once. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not just sitting here watching a bunch of boobs hitting each other and creating art for, a bunch of like really gross men online. Anyway, sorry. Shout out to Warren. Thank you so much for the tippy poo on Cash App. I appreciate you, baby. I'm gonna put that in the kitty cat fund. Hashtag Scandival. Not Scandival. I can't. But Danielle and Brittany did need to work together, and this was their moment to sort of shine. They've lasted pretty much, a good amount of episodes, and they really haven't had time to talk game. There was already an issue that took place with Carolyn, and basically Danielle almost going home over that. And it was just time. It was time. Mind you, for those of you who know the reindeer games lore from Big Brother, like Brittany did kind of F over Danielle a little bit. It is a game, but Mama gave her a word and it was like, well, and she didn't favor over Xavier, which hold up. Did y'all know that X and Danielle are related? I found that out today on social media. I thought that was wild. Danielle is his godmother too. I was like, what? And y'all didn't say nothing on the show. I mean, that was smart to do, but like, oh my God, that's a gag. I thought that was a gag. Yes, Jazz, look it up because X confirmed it on Twitter today, and Danielle did too. Yes, Danielle and Xavier, what was it? I forget. Is it Big Brother 23? Because Taylor was 24, right? Yeah, that guy who won. Who went on the challenge and low-key gets got almost every time. Yes, him and Danielle are related, and they were on reindeer games together. And when they saw each other, I was like, "Oh my God!" But it was this whole thing. So I thought, yeah, they confirmed it online today. I thought that was cool. Speaking of online tea, for those of you who watched the challenge, I was supposed to do my review for episode 2. For some reason, my cable did not record the episode, so I can't even find it on demand right now for some stupid reason. I'm hoping it pops up soon. If it does, I will get the review out, but I guess I have to start in episode 3, so I still plan to, but it didn't record, and I was just like, girl, now what am I supposed to do? I kept looking for the like playback of it, could not find it. It's on MTV. I looked on Paramount Plus. It's not on Paramount Plus. I don't know. But speaking of the challenge, this is light tea, and it also relates to Traitors because there's challenge people on the show. Fuck Cara Maria. That's one. Let's just go get this out. Fuck Johnny Bananas. Fuck Cara Maria. Fuck that other dude, Polly. All that. Big middle finger. F y'all. Okay. One, Johnny Bananas with the bananas. Literally, he posted those emojis with bananas and a gorilla to Taylor Hale. Excuse me, my sister Taylor, my bitch Tay, my girl Tay. You're racist. You've been clocked. You got delete. You dirty deleted, and now you're trying to make up for it, act like you did that, and everyone got your ass. That's one. That's one. That's the one. Two, Cara Maria comes full out MAGA supporter. I mean, again, you want to be a Republican, that's fine. Do what you do. But like the MAGA stuff is like wild to me. I don't care what you say. She goes in about no tea, only LGB. This is Cara Maria and Polly like all backing it up and shit. Yes, girl. Yes. 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 It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then, it gets worse. Because like now, like Rachel, like alumni, mind you, just what was it, won the 40 season or whatever, steps in because like they're like all against, Cara did that, because again, she's a lesbian, so it's like we support the LGBTQI plus A. But then someone's like, so what do you have to say about Johnny Bananas? And then she posts all of Johnny's like, he loves the gays. And then Nerese retweets, well, as a woman of color. And it's like, Rachel, you have a platform. You're supposed to be responsible. This man has clearly shown his microaggressions. Oh, woo! The challenge drama online is hot. It is burning alive, y'all. I kid you not. I was on Twitter like, what is going on? Girls are exposing themselves, and it's too much. It's too much. They're exposing themselves. Are coming out here saying, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm gonna show. I said, oh, I had no idea that was your tea, but now that I know, doop doop. And then Johnny doing that to Taylor, I was like, oh, doop doop. Wash my hands of him too, bitch. I was like, ah. Anywho, Xavier, I had a feeling that she was J.K. Rowling aligned energy for the longest. And I have a feeling that when Laurel and her were arguing, I bet you fucking money they had to cut out a whole bunch of shit. I bet you money that was a part of it. I bet you, because you know how they all know each other and stuff, and everybody doesn't say these certain things and they keep quiet for each other. And they're also emphasizing that Jordan maybe once. It's a lot. So like, something about her gave that turf energy. And I was like, She read that for me. And I thought to myself, oh, let me be quiet. Let me get out of this. Anywho, it's a lot of drama with the challenge right now. If you just did not know, if you go on Twitter right now and you even go to the fan pages, baby, they're reposting everything. It's a lot. It's more entertaining than what's happening on television currently right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm meant to have a rant report about that. This is my little 5 minutes right here to bring it in. I am fully aware it's a gag. If anything else happens, I will be including it on the next rant report. Trust. Because I was like, oh, bitch, this is some tea. Now, this is something to talk about. Now, let's get back to the show and let's get into where I think Tom, again, by coincidence or just so happens to be, he finds himself really clocking in. Why are Dylan and Rob always talking? They also didn't even like acknowledge his presence. I would have felt a ways about this, but I also would have kept close on purpose just because what are we talking about? And he did. I thought that was very smart to do. But like, it's Dylan bringing up Brittany, but not Rob in this moment that bothers me to my core. And he changes it up when we get to the roundtable, but it's almost to be like, Tom is an easy like pool, so let me just give one name and then we'll just go with it. Okay. But I have to give Tom some credit here because I was gagged. Like, you're literally doing the Brittany case right now for some dumb reason. And here comes Tom. Yeah, that's all good and gravy, but like, Rob, I hate to tell you, but all the evidence points against you. Just point blank said it. I was like, what? I was like, oh, you did it to his face. Oh, okay. Tom, you got points. You got points. You got points for that one. I was like, oh, give him his money. Because, like, you kind of set yourself up to where that man could easily turn that around on you and make you look like the mark today. And because Rob is that kind of guy, he's vindictive. He's very vengeful in his approach. If you even mention his name or even talk about him, what's my name? And all of that. No, Tom kept it up. I was proud of Thomas. I was like, oh my God. I know Chriselle and them hate you for all the Adriana reasons. It's fine. But like, we're on a different show. And this moment, this shot right here, I don't know if y'all were watching this like me. You know, I'd be deep diving of watching the TV shows I talk about. Dylan, you knew for Tom to have that. Like, it was the way you turned and looked at Rob and you were waiting for his response. And you saw how Rob's response really wasn't giving what it needed to give. High key. That man said, like, okay, well, I don't know about all that. And Brittany, well, I got to get up here. And, let me see what's going on around. Like, why are you ejecting from the premises? After that, it's all against you. Wow. Okay. Now you leaving? I'd have had to spend a little bit more time with that young man. Make sure that, you ain't going to say my name 2 minutes ago. What? I thought that was crazy. I thought, oh, this is interesting. Anywho, Alan Cumming looks amazing in this wedding dress suit moment. Good to you. Good to you. What? But no, I thought he looked really good here, and it just was sort of the setup for the next challenge. I thought everybody looked tacky. I'm gonna be honest with you. People were like, "These look good." I thought that Danielle looked good. Everybody in black looked good. I'll give Boston Rob the velvet. I think Carolyn looks fine. Some of these outfits, I was like, okay, where are we going? What's going on here? What's happening today? You know, is this the strawberry social? Are we doing Tu Wong Fu thanks for everything, Julie Newmore? Because I feel Bob the drag queen when it came out here and gave Noxema Jackson with the same wig and everything, and I would have been very happy. Bob, if you would have done that, 10 points for Gryffindor. Ravenclaw? Either way, Slytherin. I think that. Okay. Would you have made it through this challenge? I got to ask the class right now, everybody that's watching currently. This one, they had to be in, pairs, like they're getting married, and they have to hold their hands in a glass box. They're then going to have bugs of multiple varieties and snakes put on them, and they must survive longer than 8 minutes. The 8 minutes, then I guess they bagged some money. A total of 27,000 was up for it if everybody lasted at least the 8 minutes. But the idea is to last longer than the other pair that's on the opposite side of you. So that way, if you do, you get a shield. Shield blocks them from getting murdered in the middle of the night by the traitors. So we have Sierra and Boston Rob, because Sierra trusts Boston Rob, even though, I'll be quiet, her name was up there several times with that man. And then you have Dolores and Laura, that girl, Chriselle. I was like, I'm just, all the C's were coming to me. Chriselle. Then you got Danielle and Brittany versus Carolyn and Gabby. You have Sam and Ivor versus Tom and Dylan. Is that everybody that's left in the competition? Oh my God, I think that is. Wow. It feels like there should be more people still left there, but there really isn't that many people left in the competition. They're almost done with the show. The show is almost done. Oh, the show is almost done. Oh my God. I'm kind of sad now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn, they are almost done. I'm not doing this. Now, the giant millipede, I have a thing about that kind of stuff with many feet, so I would have had a problem, but I probably would have made it through. The idea, look at what Dolores is doing. Not to look at the box. Chriselle literally is like dead ass staring at everything that they're like not even giving herself some time. Like, I don't want to look at it. I'm trying to hold this hand. We need this money. None of it. Very, what is it? 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 No, show me. Put it in my face, because I can't tell what you're about to pick up before it even touches her hand. Alan said 15 seconds. Fifth Chriselle. 15 seconds. If I was Dolores, I would have been hot. And Dolores was hot. Dolores was evil. I was like, girl, come on now. All you had to do is just 8 minutes. It's not like they're out there for an hour or some change. Like, this isn't some Big Brother or challenge competition where they got to sit out there forever. It's just 8 minutes until they do the sudden death thing they didn't know about. But those millipedes were gross. I just would have had to not look to get through that one. I am going to tell you that where they would have lost me is when they put the tailless scorpions. They would have lost me. I'm going to tell you that right now. They would have lost me right there. Those big bastards. No, thank you. No, you would have lost me right there. They don't, no bueno. Again, you'd have to talk me to stay, because I'd been screaming down, like, absolutely not. Because again, I wouldn't have wanted to look. But Alan's saying what they are. And as a person who watches Animal Planet, and has been an Animal Planet watcher for quite some time before it went to reality TV show, like back in the National Geographic days when they actually do stuff. Maddie knows what those things are without you having to show me. The moment, millipede, oh God, okay, a big bastard, no thank you. Tailless, this, that, and the other. I know what that looks like. Are you crazy? The thought in my head as it lands on my hand, freaking out. No, wouldn't have worked. Oh, actually, I think I would have made it through, but where we would have completely lost. Just give in to the fear. Gabby is fucking funny. Carolyn, Gabby, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. It's okay, Carolyn, it's okay. Just give in to the fear. It's nothing. We're gonna get through this. Okay? Like, quite hilarious. Alan was having a good time, but I'm gonna tell you where we would have stopped. I'm afraid it would have ended for me, everybody, and you as my partner, we would not have been safe. He said a mixture of crickets, mealworms, because they were talking about maggots. Those were mealworms. Those weren't maggots. Those were mealworms. I know what a maggot looks like, bitch. So that was not no maggot, okay? And roaches. Roaches. I don't know. Mealworm, crickets. Okay. All right. Roaches. The end. Do you see? Look at Danielle. Couldn't be me. Also, here's another thing. You're going to need to tell me what we're doing for this challenge if I am on set, because there is no way on God's green earth I'd have stepped out there without my head being covered completely from head to toe, like how Danielle's is. No way. And you're throwing things on top of my head. Okay, first of all, let me just be real here. As someone who worked in PetSmart and worked on selling crickets as feeders for like iguanas and like bearded dragons and stuff like that, let me explain something to you about how crickets are and how nasty they are. Okay, they're disgusting. We have them in eggshell crates that they would just shit all over the place in those crates that you had to throw away and then replace with new ones. And you give them little cubes that they can drink out of because there's water in the cubes, and that's literally how people would keep crickets as feeders. So when they dumped all that shit on them, that wasn't just the bugs themselves. That is literally what they were being kept in, that they were shitting in and eating in. Yes. I'm over here like they just had a whole bunch of bug poop on them. On top of that, oh, I'd have been over it. I've been over it. I've been rotted. Rotted. FYI. So when you see these little competition shows, when they throw bugs and stuff on people, if you see just the bugs themselves, that means they literally scooped them out, kept them from all that crap that was in there, and did what needed to be done. If you see some fucking sawdust and some shit like that, oh brother, let me tell you, they've been sitting in that for a good little minute. They've been pooping and peeing and doing all that kind of stuff in there, eating, maybe exchanging babies. They may be little grubs in there. Not on my head. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Woo-wee. Okay. I could not do it. Listen, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button and share and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. If you want to drop it to people in my jar, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me for /MattyRants, Cash App $7 and Venmo MattyRants. We're talking about the Traitors 3 right now. Ep.7. Yes, this was a wild one. Stay tuned. Thanks for being here. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I mean like a do-rag or some sort of hair wrap. Like I'm not putting a hat on because this is even more nightmare fuel. Like this is nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel. They're just crawling all over the hat. They didn't go anywhere. They all landed on the brim and just crawling and can just crawl. Oh, nope. 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 Look at all that. Do you see this shit? Like poured. Oh no. No, no, no. But here's the gag. Brittany and Danielle have done like this is Big Brother stuff. This is challenge kind of stuff, to be honest with you. Like these little moments of this is Fear Factor also. Very that. And it's just a matter of you making sure that like, you don't just stay as long as possible. You just gotta outlast the other person, mind over matter, mind over matter. But they're crawling in their clothes, they're crawling on their face, they're trying to get in their ears, they're oh my god, I wouldn't be able to do this. Now the snake would have been my last straw. I'm not gonna lie. I've had very negative experiences with snakes of literally almost going to the hospital at one point in time. I had my mom like kill a snake on me because I stepped on a rattlesnake's head one time. We were getting our house built many moons ago. It's like a dirt road and everything was still there. We had nothing put in and the house was just being made. And I was like 7. I remember I was just like, running around and it was like, I think we had just came back from church. So on Saturday, I'll never forget that. And I remember I was like just running and playing with my brother and I step on something that feels weird. But instead of me like continuing to run, I just stopped. I don't even know why I just stopped. But I was like, what is that? And I looked down and it's literally a snake, rattle and everything. And it wraps around my leg. It wraps around my ankle and all that kind of shit. I'm talking about like that hurt. It wasn't some just like regular constriction. That thing was like actually like tightening on me, bitch, because I had my foot on its head. So if I let my foot up, it's gonna bite me. And if I don't let it up, it's just gonna basically take the circulation out of my leg. Oh, I was freaking out. But my mother being a woman of nature and always carrying a machete in the car, don't ask why. That was never my mom was an outdoors woman. Like she would go on walks and stuff like that. And like when you live out in Texas, it's flat, but there's wooded areas out here and like parks. My mom was all about that kind of stuff. And we had a big backyard. So she'd go out in the woods back there. We had like a little private area with a little lake. And I remember, oh, babe, I'll never forget it. She's like, just hold still. Like, what you mean hold still? And she put her hand in between my ankle and just was like, and I'm like, oh my God. And the snake was starting to freak out and all that stuff. And I'm freaking out like, ah. And it finally loosens up. And I pulled my leg up. And before it even like could lunge, before it could even move, my mom was like, bow. And I was like, ah. I just freaked out. Nope, don't do snakes. Never did. Never since then. Can I do snakes? I remember my friend had one in his house. He was like, Matt, you want a pet? Nope. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. They're beautiful creatures, but absolutely not. I can respect the beauty of a snake, but no accusations up in here. No survivor, none of that. None of it. None of it. Mm-mm. Yeah, because we had the lake. So my mom would go down there and she would like hunt water moccasins. Because those snakes are they bite. Yeah, buddy. My mom never didn't play. She used to go out there and just be. My dad was like, I don't understand that. But my mom was like, whatever. This is how I get my peace, bitch. Oh, I miss those days. But yes, shout out to all the outdoorsy people out there. I'm okay with outdoors. I just need to have certain convenience. I'm not Tom Haverford in Parks and Recreation going glamping, but glamping is fun. I just would prefer to have a cabin. It's my I need conveniences. I'll go outside with you. We'll go fly fish. We'll do all that, but I need like a house. But not like cabin in the woods kind of house and not Evil Dead kind of cabin. Yeah, none of those. I need like a married to medicine retreat kind of cabin. Uh, but yes, this was just too funny for me. But at the same time, I was like, couldn't be me, couldn't have done it. God bless these folks. We would have been up for murder that night. You got a roach on your shoulder, just chilling. You got a cricket. Danielle has a cricket on her nose. Is that a roach or a cricket? Let me look. Yeah, it's a cricket. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is good. So why is it doing that? Ever since I started paying for this high definition quality program. Sorry, if it goes out every now and then, I may have to switch to my hotspot, but we should be good here. But yeah, I just this was too much. Too much. Brittany, you're a trooper. The snake doing the most in your face. Boot you, low key. Like, couldn't be me. But they did accumulate $22,500. No thanks to Dolores or Chriselle, but they had to go into sudden death. And in sudden death, they need to dig through all of the roaches, mealworms, and crickets that were just dumped on top of them and all their poop. And they must dig through this pile and find a ring and then place it on their finger before the other couple does. Ivor and Sam find their ring. Danielle and Brittany find theirs. And well, I mean, Sierra and Boston Rob, it just didn't matter because Michelle and Robbie for elimination. So I was just like, it is what it is. But yeah, this part for me, anyone notice a trend here? Boston Rob, these are the people that are supposed to get your votes against Brittany. Okay. And I love how Sierra so confidently, Boston Rob hasn't let us astray. And like, I've been thinking of Brittany and I could totally see it. Like, Brittany can be a traitor. She doesn't speak up enough. Jesus Christ. I was like, oh my God, here we go. Meanwhile, in the other car, Brittany with 2 traitors. We need to talk about Boston Rob. The evidence is against him. Does anyone want to say anything? Because I'm prepared to go in if we need to do this, because clearly it's this man. And I'm thinking to myself, was this the moment Danielle and Carolyn, who are sitting next to each other, went like, are we going to do it? Is today the day? We gonna do it? We gonna do it? You heard her. She wants to. I'll see you for the next one. But this also was an important conversation. I think Tom definitely laid it out for the guys, not Dylan so much, still on Boston Rob, but like Sam and Ivor were votes that were needed and necessary. And as much as they didn't take Tom seriously before, it's like, no, look at what's going on. All of it's in front of us. We cannot let another day go by. Please. Like, it did feel almost like people needed to beg just to vote for Boston Rob here. Meanwhile, Sierra's talking about how Brittany is clearly the traitor. What the fuck? I'm so tired of this. That's why you're in Summer House. Brittany, you already knew what the tea was because no one said anything to you. This was such a very awkward conversation, and I would feel some kind of way around these women going forward. If I were Brittany, I would definitely feel some kind of way because they were very quick to throw you under the bus, knowing that y'all have been having conversations before, been in the same rooms talking about people, this, that, and the other. But today, when asked any names floating out there, Dolores, well, I don't think it's Boston Rob. So who is everyone talking about? I've definitely heard some names. Chriselle. Huh? Just say it's her. I mean, you told Boston Rob that somebody's name was up there. Why couldn't you have done that for Brittany and Brittany have her moment to speak her case? It's clear that they just wanted to follow him and just be done with it. Almost like we don't want anything else to say in this matter. Like versus being investigative versus investigating the situation. Like, why is he pushing so hard for Brittany? Like you did for Wes, and how aggressive Wes was with Boston Rob. Why are we not treating this the same way? There is a finesse to the way Rob speaks, but it's not that good. There's been many weeks of him doing the same thing. What are you not seeing? Is the lullaby that deep? What's happening? He's going now to the Traitors. Carolyn, you got my back. We're trying to get Brittany out. I love how Carolyn's always like, you want to do that now? You want to do that now? I'm starting to see it. That's how she play. What? Are you sure? What? Meanwhile, she's like, that's stupid. Danielle. It's funny. Boston Rob's like, we're gonna get Brittany out. if he was aware of Danielle's relationships in the house, like he wants all of Danielle and Carolyn to be every time somebody says his name to get them out, he would have recognized that her and Brittany have a relationship. And that's going to be weird to do when they've already been talking. And so now all of a sudden you're going to have to go against Brittany after y'all just won your challenge together and you got a shield. Every move that would have made Danielle look bad. Just saying. Going forward, and Boston Rob would have still been here. It was very much given that whatever choices that were being made, as much as he was like, I'm here to protect the other trade. No, sweetie, it was all about you. Because it was going to leave them vulnerable at one point, and you were going to have to go, well, I can't do anything to save them. Oh, yeah, he was really setting this road up, and he was doing a very good job. But believe it or not, I'm still gagged at how this roundtable went, and I was very proud. Let's talk about the people who actually contributed to this conversation and those who did not. Dylan, I was proud of you. You could have easily made this about just Brittany. You said Derek told you Boston Rob and Brittany before he left. Okay. Tom, speaking up. Now, last week it was Dolores, and it was like, you look stupid. Shut up. This week, are we going to do this again? Are we really about to let this go down? Let's look at all the evidence that Derek left us. Let's look at the evidence that Wes left us. Bob the Drag, as they kept on saying. Like, everything can't just be a coincidence. Everything just can't be we're trying to frame Boston Rob because everybody thinks he's a traitor, so he can't be a traitor because everyone thinks he's a traitor. It stops here. It has to stop here right now. He can't play that card anymore because it's just too up. You sent home the man that came for you and the other one in the same night. Come on now. Ooh, soggy fell. But I was here for Tom's argument. Yes, every time they say Bob's name, they miss the drag part. It's always Bob the Queen. I'm just like, what? Okay, that is a dope name, but okay. Now, again, like I talked about earlier in this video, Boston Rob's argument is literally the same circle each and every time, the same graph every single time. You may be looking at me like I'm a big threat because my name is Boston Rob. Well, let me tell you, I'm not a threat. The reason why I'm not a threat is because this person over here was just we were just talking. Yeah, okay, so you look at, we're good. But then I thought about it, and there's people who have been doing things that have made me go, And here are the following names I'm just going to sprinkle out here for no reason. The previous, what was it? It was, you even threw Carolyn and Danielle's name out there last week. Just to get Wes out. This week, you did the whole group with Derek when it came to, well, Chriselle was there and Dylan was there and this was there and Brittany was there. And so you knew the people who were in that group were already puppets to you, were already very, very much Bambis and these deer that needed to be taken, and very much that. But Brittany was not a part of that equation. She is then singled out of that group and made to be the one to focus on because the others are sheep and they're going to follow you. It was beautiful to see him do this the first 2 times. I got tired the 3rd time, and now we're here for the 4th. Because it happened first with Bob, and the second time they brought him up again, and they had to shift in another direction. Then when Wes finally called him to the floor, and then that's that and the happen. Derek then brought it up, and now here we go. Actually, 5th time this has happened. And you cannot have that same grab. We can't do it again. It's too easy. Bob the Queen clocked you. Bob the Drag got you. Okay, that was the first hit. Then you started taking out people that continue to mention your name. Then everybody that challenged you at the table, you had an argument that almost switch swapped on them if you didn't already have a deflection of Nikki and Sierra. Now it's Nikki because she doesn't have a personality. You then murdered the people at night that then brought up your name. It's too Hit him now. Hit him hard. Hit him real hard, please. It's too many people. It's too many times they've done it. Also, Brittany's not the best argument. Her and Derek got into an argument, so she just eliminated them. Isn't that something that you would have done, Rob, versus Brittany? Because if everybody else that was eliminated, why would Brittany have eliminated them if she was a traitor? All those people had everything to do with you, not her. But Derek, now we're stuck on that one thing that just happened? Oh, I love how Brittany's argument was like, I'm a faithful, true and true, this and the other. What my issue is that it's almost like she took Dylan's entire, we keep sitting here week after week making these decisions, and I just don't know why you don't see. I love how Brittany turned his whole argument onto Rob, the actual traitor, versus Dylan. I still think it's you, Gabby, with a shit's fucking smirk on his face. It is wild to see. Brittany's whole argument was that, like, we're going to do this all over again, just like how Tom did. It's like, come on now. The man keeps going in circles. Call him. We have to do it now. Just say it. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. And if that's the case, but there's too much evidence, stop it. Be real. And I loved it. It did. Now, again, this is why Tom can't take full credit for this, because this was sort of a group effort, a group effort, if you will. Technically, one of the traitors didn't have to vote for Rob to go. Technically, based off of the votes, because Gabby was another vote, but Rob had way more than Brittany. Where he fucked up is that the evidence, again, way too big to like let go. But you got some loyal ass people to where they wouldn't even vote for you or Brittany. They're going to just burn their votes because they don't want to be wrong that bad. Isn't that something? Isn't that something that's almost like, to be very honest, those people who burn those votes, I'm going to be real with you. It's giving, you should have voted for Rob a long time ago and you feel like a piece of shit now because you know he's about to be clocked as a traitor and you didn't want to get embarrassed if you were wrong in the first place. To me, I was really mad at the burning votes, and it was a majority of burnt votes. Like the votes for Tom, the vote for Gabby. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? No one even presented a case against Tom at the table, nor Gabby. So why are their names being thrown out? That's stupid. It was the traitors that went against Rob that really sold it, and that's what Tom is not understanding. They had to do that. Those two votes were very powerful and very important because the argument from Tom and Brittany was already solid with Ivor and Sam and Gabby. That's 5 votes right there. With this table of what, let me think of the groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, a pop, 12 people. Okay. That's 5 already right there. That's 5, right? Come on. That's 5 votes right there. So Danielle and Carolyn are the 2. That's the 7 to the 5. Do you hear me? Hello? Ding, 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 ding. So yes, Tom, as much as you did the work, it was Danielle and Carolyn. That jab. That was the numbers. They need 7. They can get 6. But Rob, you didn't know that people were going to burn votes. The gag. It could have been close for Brittany. No, I'm going to talk about Sierra too. I'm not including the people that voted for Brittany because they went with Rob's bidding. I'm talking about the people who just burned votes because they just didn't want to be wrong. Like Sierra's just wrong, period. Like Sierra is wrong. That's the sentence. Sierra is wrong. Sierra has been wrong. Except for about Danielle. She's right about Danielle, but that's for other reasons. I'm talking about the folks that are like, I just don't want to say their name and be wrong, like Chriselle's dumbass and Dolores' dumbass and Dylan's dumbass. Because it's like, have some sort of couth here. Like, as much as you're burning a vote, and we do burn votes in reality TV sometimes, it does make sense. This wasn't the day to do that. Vote for Brittany or Rob. End of story. The end. Hold on, y'all. I gotta listen to this. Give me just 1 second. Okay, my apologies. That was my landlord. I was trying to figure out something to do with the gym today, and apparently, I guess I lost a key or something like that. I thought one of my keys worked, but there's another key, and I'm like, oh. So I don't know if I lost it or they didn't provide it because I don't remember ever getting that key. That's why I was like, you sure you gave me a key? So I'm probably gonna have to be digging through my house today to see if that was just a key I didn't know what it went to and I just put it somewhere. Because I was like, what? Like, what do you mean that's the key? I was like, okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. But sorry about that. I just needed to let them know, like, hey, okay, I get it. But I'm definitely not about to pay for another key, just so we're clear, if I never got the key the first time, because I've been getting into the gym very easily, like for the last 3 months. So why is it now just not working? You're talking about a new key. So anyway, sorry. All right, so back to this. The conversations were had, the arguments were placed, and now it's time to make a vote. And they're all over here talking about this is just so hard. I don't know what to do. It's such a conflict. I got two people I don't want to vote for. When Chriselle put Tom's name out, I just was like, I can't vote for Rob, and I can't vote for Brittany. So I'm just gonna just vote Tom because I don't like you. The Rob vote started coming in. I was like, okay, we got some hope here, y'all. We got some hope. We got hope. Sierra voting for Brittany. She's an idiot. And, it's not the first time she's followed behind some. If you've seen Summer House, you know how vulnerable she is for white men. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you for being a part of this conversation. This is programs for entertainment purposes only. Content science and blinded religion, race, gender company. I was like, oh, that is, you know what? This is very your character, actually. Because I remember that one dude who was with that one girl, and then you were like with him, and then he like totally like did. You know what? Let me be quiet. Because I remember you looking like an idiot for a whole season over somebody that wasn't even a main cast member. High key. But we'll stick to it. We'll stick to it. There has been some bad taste. Yes. Yes, very much. You not just the one friend. They had to add more people to the crew because it was looking like you were just the token. High key. But I'll get back to it. Maddie does. I do watch Summer House and I watched the Martha's Vineyard show. So trust, I've seen her from day one going on, and I always used to feel bad for her. But then I used to see some shit go down. Like, oh, she's kind of a mean girl sometimes. And let me be quiet. She's not that smart in Summer House, and she do fall behind a specific look, if you will. And she always ends up looking like an idiot. And she always runs with the girls group. And the girls are always the mean girls. Hiya. That is Summer House. If you have never watched the show, you're saving yourself a break. You are really saving yourself a break. And that one girl who's jealous of everybody, whose man works remote with her long face, who I think she's single now or whatever. Not the main person in the show. I think her name's Danielle or something. Oh, god. Like jealous of everybody. Like it's too much. That ski trip thing. Oh man. Ooh, she was insufferable. I was like, why does she just not? And it's always the other girls what she don't like. But I'll be quiet. Don't get me started on Summer House. That show is so weird to me. I'm like, who are these people? Oh my God. So Dylan with the shittiest smirk ever. God, this dude, like, you are so wrong right now. And I hate that he doesn't smile. It's so, oh my God, so punchable. He's like, I'm sorry, Gabby. I'm voting for you because I feel like we're just not in the right direction. I don't think it's either of these two. So what does this do? Is everyone now going to vote Gabby because they've already voted? They had to vote before you did that. I don't understand this logic. You did this with Bob. That made sense. That made sense. So I don't know if this is the same routine you're trying to go down, and maybe this is what's going to work out for you. I never even heard you mention Gabby's name when you were talking to Boston Rob. On top of that, so you just doing it again here is weird. It's Gabby and Tom's reactions for me that were very appropriate in this situation. Like Gabby was in a daydream waiting for everyone just to say Rob's name because it's like obviously we're doing Rob because like y'all the evidence. Like you may call her a doughy Bambi-eyed idiot, but she's really not that girl. I think Gabby's fucking smart actually. So like her hearing her name and it being this case again, like it's wild. Tom even was like, what are we doing? Like what's happening? And it's Dylan doubling down. I just think we're looking in the wrong direction. And Gabby, and it was so Gabby, that was like one of the nastiest silent reads ever because you just agreed with him because he's looking in the wrong direction. He is looking. You're like, yeah, absolutely. I was just laughing because it's like, what is this guy doing? There are so many votes at the table that don't make any sense. But when listen, Carolyn did the first punch. Carolyn was, I don't have the picture up, but Carolyn took the first swing. When Carolyn said Rob's name, God, oh my God, I guess I forgot the screenshot. I'm so sorry. I'm mad I don't have it because that was some great storytelling there. You can see Rob's face drop when Carolyn says his name because he knew, oh, it's over. It's over. It's over. The first traitor took the first swing. Daniel took the swing last week. He literally was banking on Danielle. Banking. Because after that, maybe he has a chance to slide out of this with maybe one vote, 1 or 2 votes that he can just skip. Maybe. I was like, oh, this is a lot. When Danielle flipped it over and it was Rob, that was it. The game was over. That was it right there. End game. The people who you basically took over their turret, these traitors who were working with Bob, did all that before you even walked up in there and having their own good old time. The same people who every time they told you what they wanted to do, you shot down. Those 2 women who weren't even, they don't even like each other right now. Don't even trust each other right now. More Carolyn than Danielle, but like, we don't even know if they had a conversation beforehand. They just both clocked in because they knew we have to do it now. If we go one more week, I don't know. I don't know if we do this one more week. Now, Rob's out the door, but they just wanted to get the votes. Dolores is Tom. What? Gabby. Thank you. Rob. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, even if it was Brit would still stayed. But like, just for Gabby to have written Rob's name, I was like, thank you. Thank you. Because like, please show some like some kind of like intelligence, some kind of I'm paying attention to what's going on in this competition. I can see somebody playing us like fiddles. It was so satisfying to see that man get up there in that backwards, dusty ass, sweaty ass cap that he has on his head and that jacket and tell these people he was a traitor. And you know what, Boston Rob, you did that. As much as I'm talking about all kinds of the grease that's up in that scalp and it probably smells like Asperger's, let me tell you something. And that's a South Park reference for those of you who know the episode. Asperger's, the Cartman episodes when he didn't know what Asperger's was and he put the burger in his butt and he thought he could get away with being, and it was more than that. And he ended up selling the burgers. And that was the special sauce that made it good. Okay, back to this. Rob was good at this game almost to a fault. Like, you are Avi the choice, but also he did way too, like, as much as he was talking about like Danielle having a bad game and like, you know, people not playing this correctly. It was almost so easy to see it was you because you took out every single person that said your name. Every person that talked about you somehow disappeared. I mean, we're literally looking at it happen right now in real time with currently in the United States. Like, everything that they say that they weren't going to do, they're doing. And they're doing it directly, but then going, nah, that's not what this is. But yes, it is. That's literally what you're doing. Like, it's actually what you're doing. It's not even, no. Like, and again, there are people who blindly support because they just want the best. And what we had wasn't the rain. I get it. But like, Rob played a good game. He got sloppy towards the end because he just kept taking people out that kept clocking him. And you can't ignore that. Why wouldn't a trader do that? And yes, why wouldn't a trader take another trader out? And it's something that we've seen done before. Like, baby, play with the Hot Wheels if you want to, but I'm on track. I respect Boston Rob for his gameplay, and I'm glad he left with a smile, like, I had a good time, blah, 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 all that kind of jazz. But like, it was very satisfying to hear him say, I'm a traitor. And as much as I'm rooting for the traitors, Danielle and Carolyn, look who is still seated at this table. Sierra, you feel like a dumbass. I know you do. You're not even applauding. You're just, yeah, stupid. I'm riding with Rob. I'm talking about Brittany. I mean, I better hear her say something else other than, see you next Tuesday. F-U-C, swear words this next week in reference to Brittany. Because you were riding her hard behind her back. And you weren't even giving her the grace of like being like, hey, your name's being thrown out there like that. You were being a complete dick, if you will, boob, a tit, if you will. So like, I know you were in your feelings and you should be because you look stupid as fuck. And I know I've seen that same expression of yours on a particular season of Summer House too. Dolores, dum, Dolores, dum. Burned a vote. Stupid. Dylan, you have the nerve to get up. Wow. What? No. Sit right back down, sweetie, because you still have a little bit of testicle hair in between your teeth. Sit your ass right the fuck back down. Goof troop. Yeah. Everyone thinks you're hot, and that's wonderful, but I know how people like mediocre things. I have an entire army of folks attacking my mother right now on the internet, so you should understand that. You're okay, darling. And you're an asshole too, because like, you basically you've burned a vote on Gabby. At least be a man and vote for Brittany so you can back up your daddy. I'm confused by you, sweetheart. I am. What a punk. I would be annoyed, bitch, the next day with folks. Like, I'd probably be sent home the next day because they're like, Matt, you were so aggressive. But I would be going off on those three. Like, what are you doing burning votes? Like, how did that help the situation? We got Rob out, yes, but you heard the arguments and you still didn't want to vote against him? You can't take credit for that victory. You can't take credit. You will not sit up there and go, yay, your burn vote is how we got a president now. Oh. I'm kidding. But like, I'm just saying, it's like, bitch, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stand or fall. Stand or fall. Like, it's crazy. You know what those people did? They were tired of the shit that was going on. They stood their ass up in that line. I'm gonna sue and didn't cheat. You know what everyone else did? Oh, we ain't gonna get them back in there. Look what happened. Boom. Everyone told, all right, you're not paying attention. You should be paying attention. And then here you go. Oh no. Not asking any questions. You're just assuming with blind faith that someone's going to do something for you. What's wrong with you? Take control of your life. So yeah, there were some folks that should feel, Chriselle, you offer nothing. You offer nothing. You offer nothing. You're playing the game based off of what your healing goddamn crystal says. Like, does she have a mood ring and that's who she decides her votes on? I'm so confused. Shout out to Sam for once in his life. I know you ain't used to hearing that, Sam, and you probably won't be hearing it ever again. But shout out to you. You clocked in and you voted. Ivor, you took your hand off of the scrotum. I'm appreciative of you. I know that little ball sack was a nice little jiggle in your hand, but hey, you needed to get away from your boyfriend and vote that way. I'm proud of you. And Tom Sandoval, you did not hit a 3-pointer the way you did, but your free throw shots all went in. I want you to understand that, Tom. You didn't hit a 3-pointer. Ain't no Curry, baby. No, baby. No, Steph. No, mama. No 3-pointers for you. No. Matam, no. You did hit your free throws. You got fouled a lot, friend. This is the perfect analogy for Tom, actually, because they were dragging him. You were fouled so many times during the game. Ooh. Thought you had the ball, knew what you was doing. Bam, the girls was playing you. Didn't see you as nothing. You hit them free throws, though. They mattered at the end of the game. Because all those people who were actually the star players who ended up getting ejected from the game, bitch, you were the last one there on that bench that they didn't take seriously. You got up there and you hit your shots. I was proud of Tom. I was like, I wouldn't even be mad if he won the season. I'm not even lying. I was like, you know what? Okay, let's see what you do for the rest of the show. Because this was wonderful to see from you. I still don't care for your ass in the Adriana situation, but that's not what this is about. You on this show, I was like, okay, Tom. And also stop eating standing up and bending over like that. It's crazy and it's bad for your digestive system. FYI. Oh my God, I think I know where the key is. Okay, I just thought about it. Oh, I think I know what that is. Okay, so I thought this moment with Danielle and Brittany was so adorable and cute. I thought it was really cute, like super cute. Like they're dancing together. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yay! Now we singing a song. We did it. Then you got, of course, the girl. Look, too much evidence was against him. We couldn't do it no more. We had to do what we had to do, right? It's like, okay. Now who do they take out? Because they have a live murder they have to do, a live one where the actual faithful will get to see them face to face as they take them out the competition. The people who are up for elimination, Carolyn didn't get a shield, but they don't know that she is a traitor, right? So Dylan is up for grabs. Gabby is up for grabs. Chriselle, who had the best shot personally, in my opinion, and also looks like she's about to audition for the Buffy reboot, which I'm very excited about, by the way, is also on the menu. There is a Tom. And Dolores, whose picture is not popping up, but it was a funny picture of her being like, whoever's the traitor, I'm coming for you. I'm going to take you out. Don't get rid of Dolores. She's an idiot and she's still voting for Tom. Who would you want to see go home? Sierra is unfortunately not able to be eliminated through the murder because she has a shield. Mm-hmm. The people who can't be taken out are Brittany, Danielle, Carolyn, Sierra, Sam, and Ivor. This season is almost over with, low-key. It is. They had, what, 12 people? Yeah, 12 people. We just lost Boston Rob. We're about to lose somebody else. It'll be down to 10. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. Dylan or Chriselle? I think Dylan would be the smartest choice. Well, for me, for my sake of never having to see him smile and give the wrong answer again. I'd love to see Dylan go home. I'd personally like to see Chriselle leave because she honestly is a emotional, non-factor of the show. She does make some funny commentary and she's quite beautiful. But like, I'm very annoyed with her not adding anything to this show at all. Like, you're not doing nothing at the round table, but misfiring. It's pretty bad. I don't want Gabby to go because Gabby's entertaining to me. Gabby's too entertaining. I can't have her go. And I want her to have her round table moment. And I don't feel like we've had it yet. I feel like if they get her, they haven't gotten to Gabby just yet to where she needs to defend herself or present a case. And I'm dying for her to do so. She's had some points of views. She's had some POVs, but nothing to like that factor just yet. So I want to see it happen. I don't know. I want to see it happen. Tim, oh my God. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. I'm so sorry how this came out. That was a horrible voice. Super chat. Love your content from the Traitors. Which drag queen or queens do you want to be on the next season? Thank you. I appreciate this. Tim, I want to say my girl, Saphira Cristal. That's my number one choice right now. I need somebody who's going to be able to handle themselves in a situation where they're presented with you're the villain and this is why, and be able to defend themselves. I think Saphira would eat. To destroy. You understand me? I can see Saphira either a geesh doing it or in a good suit. Because Saphira got some good suits now. I can see that. My Slewfoot sister out there cutting up. I think Mistress would be chaotic, but I think Mistress would be taken out too early because I think they'd be too messy. That's my sister, but like, I think Mistress would be too messy. Monet would be fun. I don't think Monet's going to go far. I think Monet will be taken out sooner than later, but Monet will be given the same factor as Bob, is very likable energy, and everyone doesn't want to like get them. And they'd have to make Monet a faithful. They can't make Monet a traitor. It wouldn't work. They'd be like, Bob was a traitor last season, so obviously Monet. That's only if there's like actual gay people on the show that know of the gays' existence. More than just the L, the G, and the B, right? The TQIA plus. That's actually all factoring in because that's real. That's real. Yeah. They're not going anywhere. Thanks. Thank you so much, Tim, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to see a couple of different queens, but I don't want any of the bedtime girls or maybe Lazy Susan from Australia can do Traitors Australia, but I need somebody with some mouth. I need someone with some mouth and who is able to actually convey, what they need to, give an argument and not be on some hush shit. I would hate it because Bob fought their way out, even if it was out the door the way it was. Bob fought, and that's what I was appreciative of. So I was like, okay, I had a dragon and a reading and everything. Bianca would be nasty on the show too. I'd be here for it. Mo Hart would do good. All right, let's wrap this up. But listen, the episode ends with the Traitors walking in and the people all turning around and being like, wah, wah, wah. And so we just don't know. We don't know. But we shall see. I agree, Tim. I think that they should stop putting people in who are very good at gameplay like that. Maybe one or two people like that, and put in some more personalities, because it adds a factor into like the element of what we don't know what's going on and we don't know what to expect from people. Because if I'm in a competition and I'm a reality game watcher and then I see someone who's won 7 fucking TV shows step in, oh, she gotta go. 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 She already have money. I ain't got no money. I'm poor. Poor. I don't have no money. Get me some money. Yeah. That's how I would look at that. Please. Like Johnny Bananas would have been gone. Won way too much. Wes has like several businesses of his own. You don't need to be here. Girl, who poor? Okay, she stay, he stay, they stay, they stay. Okay, bet. Who got money? You gotta go. 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 Mm-mm. You don't need to win this money to support your lifestyle, bitch. Some of us are trying to get in your tax bracket. Back up. But yeah, I like this show. This show is so much fun. It is so much fun. This is my favorite episode. This is my favorite episode. It's not just because Boston Rob went, it's because so many factors changed and what I thought was going to take place completely flipped. And I love that. Take me out of, I think I know what's going on. No, baby. Make me believe that, yes, okay, like this is such an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and all that kind of stuff. So I just was like, okay, Matthew, this is really what it's given. But yeah. Whew. Okay. The Traitors, season 3, episode 7. I think this episode was called Till Death Do Us Part. It's on Peacock. Get you some Peacock. I get you some Peacock. But yeah, it's on Peacock. I definitely would check it out. It's such a fun show. I also did reactions to this episode as Sailor Moon is like all on the ground here. My poor baby. Okay, Usagi, we gotta sit you like that. There we go. There we go. Words. Let's do my links now and wrap this up. You can find me everywhere on my Linktree link. It'll take you where you need to go. I also do reactions on Patreon. If you want to subscribe to my Patrons for as low as $1 a month, shout out to all my Patreon subscribers. You have 600 plus videos for $1 a month. I am debating on raising that to $2 a month, but I haven't decided yet because I don't want to push people away. But it's also like, girl, do you see what's going on right now in the world? Yes. I may have to pop her up a little dollar. Just one, because I'm like, I ain't gonna do no more than that. But we shall see. Right now I'm keeping it at $1, but it's $1 a month currently right now. And go ahead and check that out. Bookable on Cameo, merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. I'm an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus, so get a free week of Paramount Plus on me. That does include Showtime if you do the free week, everybody, because I will be covering season 3 of Yellow Jackets as well on Showtime. It's going to be one of my other shows that I do here. It's going to be, I think I'll probably be doing some edited reviews of that one and posting it. So if you are fans of the Yellow Jackets on Showtime, I will be covering season 3 and be doing episodes of that. And once I get the announcement for P-Valley, we'll be continuing because we did cover that show too, along with some other stuff. So yes, many new shows here to consume. Just swallow. Traitors being one of them. I also am covering season 17 of Drag Race. That episode is out tonight. It is a ball episode, and Law Roach and Hunter Schafer are on the panel, and it is confirmed that Law Roach is a rotating judge on Drag Race. Can't say they don't listen to us, or just me, because I said that low key. I'm like, Law, high key brother, you owe me a check, sister. I'm kidding. I'm like, I swear to God, and that must be the narcissist in me, man. I feel like they take everything I say, and they're like, okay, Matty talking. Let's go ahead and cook. Bitch, send me a check, please. I am poor. I gotta go. I'm trying to go to Puerto Vallarta in May, baby, and I still gotta get my passport. Shit, I'm waiting for this next check. If I get it sooner, I'll go ahead and send in my application because I got everything. Thank God. Bitch, I was looking for my birth certificate, honey. I was like, wait, I need this for that. Scared me. But yeah, so I'm so excited for that trip, y'all. Oh, speaking of which, for those of you who are like, Matty, are you doing DragCon LA? It's possible, but it's not on the cards right now because of the Cowboy Carter tour. And the Cowboy Carter tour is going to be in June. And if I know how DragCon LA was in the middle of July last time, yeah, the Cowboy Carter in June in Houston is literally the last week in Houston. I am more than likely not going to be going, but I am planning on DragCon UK with a friend of mine who that is still our game plan. And since that's next January, it gives me time to plan, save, get a ticket to the United Kingdom, figure out my hotel accommodations. I've never been over there before in my life, so I'm freaking out about that a little bit too. I haven't even been to Mexico outside of driving past the border one time because my family wanted to do something real quick and then driving back because, well, we live in Texas. So, like, this is my first international year of anything. I'm kind of hyped about it. We shall see what happens. I don't know, but we have a good little vacation group going on right now. And just like how I did my group last year with Miami. So this is our second trip that we're doing. It's their fourth trip, but this is the second one because normally the trips that they go on are during my DragCon time because they were normally in May, but now everything's like DragCon's moved to July. So I'm like, oh, I can finally go on my friend trips like I've always wanted to, which those are the best trips. My friend trips are great because nobody's on that shit. So we are here for good times and not bad times and not for drama. Okay. Hate it. So we'll see. I still got to get my plane ticket. I still got to get, which we're getting a deal on, but I got to get my plane ticket. I got to pay my last deposit in March. And then I got to get this passport this month. Like now, I need to get the passport before something else happens in the world that another executive order is signed for no odd reason. But yes, I'm excited for that. But yeah, thanks y'all for tuning in. I'm going to wrap this up right now. The Traitors, this was a fun one. It was a good episode. I'm excited for what is to come. Don't forget, I do have a P.O. box too. If you did want to send me anything special, I did pay for another 3 months of it. So please send me something to that P.O. box. God bless it. No. And again, if you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar for just hosting with the most in today, it's PayPal.me/MattyRants, catch up with MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. I actually like this. I do. I like this. This worked out kind of good for me. It worked out kind of well for me, didn't it? Like, I don't know. The setup is kind of where it needs to be. Ski, yeah. Okay, listen. New year, new stuff for the channel. Memberships coming soon. You already know what's up. I appreciate again everybody's support today. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so very much for that vibe, UK. And Tim, thank you so very much. I appreciate you so much. For all of you in this comments, the live chat. I should say live chat, not live comments. Live chat today. Thank you so much for interacting and being a part of the conversation and respecting each other in the chat and just having a good time. Remember, please hit the like button before you walk out the store and leave a comment in the comment section about this episode. Highs and lows, traitor you're rooting for, faithful you're rooting for, what you hope happens, and maybe what you want different to go down with the show. Believe it or not, these people do scroll through our pages and they do read, no matter how much the views are sometimes. And you never know when one of your ideas ends up on television. I'm living proof of that. Taking credit for things, whatever. Anywho, thanks for tuning. What was that? Thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. I need to get ready for Drag Race tonight and recording that. So if you're on my Patreon, be on the lookout for that reaction either tonight or tomorrow in the morning. And then, of course, I will see you tomorrow for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17. This is a C ball or something like that. I'll be going live at 12:30 Pacific, 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern here on my channel. Take care of yourselves. Give yourselves a big hug from me. I want to see you tomorrow, everybody. So please take care. I will see you next time. Bye.
Listen. Yeah.